Hello, my group of administrative staff at my school of the Excel Center. Um, I want to pitch this opportunity for our students to build bridges of understanding. I'm a teacher and I want to become someone that students can see as growing themselves individually. And one of those things that really stuck out to me is the thing that has grown me the most is stepping outside of my culture and outside of myself. And part of the most important piece of my education was studying abroad. That helped me form who I am and helped me understand different people and help me to grow as an individual. So I really want to provide that for our students. So I'm pitching that we have that you allow us, and I'm asking you humbly to allow us to take an EF Tours trip to Costa Rica, Panama, and Cartagena, Colombia for 12 days over a summer break. Here you can see a bridge that's being built in the middle of the jungle, or that has been built, a rope bridge that makes us feel like sometimes we can't get past our circumstance. Maybe we are so afraid to go out, but we know that on the other side, we're getting to somewhere that we've never been, that we may have an adventure. So I ask that you consider this greatly because this is something that really can impact our students' lives. I want to also tell you who I would include in this trip. I would start with students that really think they're going to be on the honors level track, students that are going to be, that would be right now in level one, Spanish or French or German classes, that would like to be in, that hope to be in level three classes, earning their honors diploma. And what we're hoping to do is with that, build global connections from a young age to experience life outside of the United States and awareness of how other people live, and challenging our students right now to become world citizens. Where we would go, like I said, we go to Costa Rica, Panama, and Cartagena, Colombia, which are all Hispanic countries, but that have very different histories and very rich opportunities culturally and sightseeing to see. Going to the Panama Canal will be an amazing experience for some of our students, and seeing that history right there firsthand. So when we'll go is during the summer of 2021, and why is to build the classroom connections, and make them real world applications. What better way to inspire students to learn language than to say, hey, you get to use this after the fact in talking to different people, in ordering at different restaurants. And it also will help motivate our students to become um, honors diploma track and to stay the course of that. So I think some students toward the end of language in the honors diploma are like, oh my gosh, I may never make it. It's Spanish 3, it's so hard. It's French 3, it's so hard. No, but they can do it. And this will give them that extra push. Now we've got to talk about finances. This is not a cheap trip. EF Tours tends to be one of the midline tour companies, but there are some things that are worth their cost. And specifically is safety and insurance. They cover all people on their trips, and they do have up to $50 million group insurance. The cost of each student trip would be $3,010, and each adult parent that would decide to go would be $3,510. We would encourage parents to go with us and to be with their students, because we know sometimes parents want to be there, but for every 6 people that sign up for the trip, we do get a free sponsor. So that could be administrators, yourselves, if you want to go. It could also be other world language teachers with us as well. It includes everything: food, travel, airline tickets, everything except for 2 excursions that are optional. And one of them is zip lining in the canopy, and then the other is a folklore evening. So if students decide or parents decide to take that option, they can do it, but they need to do it through their online sign in through EF Tours. So We also have a full-time tour guide. Everything is private travel arrangements and emergency services, trip cancellation is all in that. So, how are we going to afford this and why are we going to do this? We're going to do this again so that students can become what they want to become. They can see something outside of what their normal is. But the way we're going to do this is fundraising. We have to fundraise. I know that every dollar at our school goes toward academics, and we are going to have to really pick up the slack ourselves. We would ask you if you would love to give us money. We would definitely do that, but I fully expect to fundraise for this. So every month we'll do fundraising. With your permission, we would do tailgate parties, halftime fun events that maybe we can earn raffle tickets from, Wix pie sales before Thanksgiving, Abby candle sales right before Christmas, car washes, candy sales, or anything else you will allow us to do. The balances, so after we make the money, we will split it up between all the participants, and then the balances that are left will be the responsibility of every student or family paying for their trip. And we will also include the sponsors in the fundraising because we all need to have our a little bit of skin in the game. So how are we going to get this off the ground? We're going to meet parents, students, plan everything. We'll start a student committee, parent committee on fundraisers, getting those all hammered out. But communication is the key. As we all work together, we've got to be able to start from the state side. And I think that collaboration also will impact our students to be able to, after they're done with this, feel like they have a sense of ownership in the process. And then this last point is I will meet with parents and students every 6 weeks to discuss the fundraising, but I also will have every time we meet somebody that's a national from Costa Rica, from Panama, from Colombia. Here in the United States, I've got lots of people I know that can come and speak about their countries and their cultures. So will start that interest. So our objectives are really student growth in a global world, helping them make connections and bridge understanding, but also really helping push our students' achievement academically and helping them feel like I really can do this. And then it will be good timing because when they're seniors, they'll come back from this experience really, really hyped to continue and finish strong in school. So our revenues will be our fundraisers. I can't tell you exact line items of how much that we will raise. My absolute goal would be to I expect a minimum to raise at least $2,000 per student. That would be, if we have 30 participants, which would be a huge blessing, we would have $60,000 total to go toward their trip fees. If they raise $2,000, that would mean they only have to pay $50 out of pocket every month for 24 months to go on the trip, which I think is absolutely awesome. But ideally, we would have sponsorships and gain enough money that our students can go for free, because I know that that $50 could be a big burden to some. And then the expenditures, when it's 60 days out, the school will need to pay directly the EF tours, the deposit that's due. And so this is that tour website, and this is actually a picture of Volcan Arenal volcano outside. It's a dormant volcano with the hot springs in Costa Rica. But in this website, it gives great information of the itinerary. There'll be a few days in Costa Rica, then we'll go to Panama City, see near the Panama Canal, cross the Panama Canal, go to Cartagena, which is a colonial city in Colombia, and then we'll come back to the United States. There's videos on here. It tells you all the things that are included. The biggest thing for any of us is that there's a full-time tour director, but also important insurance is there to keep us safe, and then also the cost of what that would be. So thank you so much for listening. And I just ask, please, 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 that you will let our students have this experience. And I will take this as my personal responsibility to get this off and running and get our students to where